The Great New Deal, a not-quite fictional preview of future history, written by Mark Tredisum, narrated by David DeBerg. Sonic boom. When the Great Surprise and the associated celebratory protests occurred, the President moved below the White House into the Presidential Emergency Operations Center. The Vice President stayed at an austere secret facility beneath the Pentagon. They made infrequent public appearances, almost always together, but most of their public communications were made using video recordings or through their press offices. The broadcast switched back live to Studio One, where CC read from his teleprompter. The President, Vice President, Senate Majority Leader, and the Speaker of the House met to develop a great surprise recovery plan, which the President named Operation Sonic Boom. The Speaker certainly has lots to celebrate. Her dedicated efforts paid off, and the President acknowledged her importance to him in his first live public address after the Great Surprise. Let's watch that press conference again now. The engineers rolled a video recording of that live press conference, recorded at the temporary White House press briefing room. Due to the impact of the Great Surprise and the subsequent mostly peaceful protests and celebrations upon the White House staff and facilities, and continuing concerns about the pandemic, the press briefing room secretly was relocated to a highly sanitized basement room at the Grand Fenwick Motel in Washington, D.C. It was seized by the GSA and converted for federal use. Only the most trustworthy press representatives were informed of its obscure location. Americans were anxious to learn more about Operation Sonic Boom. Despite the recent disruptions to national broadcasting, most Americans found a way to see or hear this press conference. The recorded segment began. The teleprompter was not yet functional, so this press conference had been unscripted. Reporter 1. Congratulations, Mr. President, on the launch of Operation Sonic Boom. Now, with the backing of the First United Congress, it appears your term in Washington, D.C. will be truly historic. The President. Yes, I've been here all my life. Reporter 2. Your supporters are clearly thrilled with this administration. Mostly peaceful celebrations are happening everywhere. The President. Is there a TV? I like to watch. If not, please get me a recording on VHS tape. Reporter 3. What do you plan to do next? The President. I will return to the basement. Reporter 3. I meant to ask about rebuilding your cabinet and your priorities for Operation Sonic Boom. The Speaker of the United Congress stepped close to the President and lightly tapped him on the arm. May I be of service, Mr. President? The President. You are the Speaker. The Speaker moved closer yet. Yes, I am. The President. I hope you will be my Speaker, too. The Speaker moved even closer. Yes, thank you for asking me. I will. And then she turned to the television camera and the reporters at the scene. As you know, the President and I are both people of deep faith. I discern that he wishes to speak in tongues and to have me translate for him. Reporter 1. I don't understand why he would do that. The President. She's the Speaker. The Speaker moved even closer. Yes, I am. And I have held the highest national security clearance since long before some of you were even born. So he wishes me to have the honor of translating for him and to preserve national security by having his spoken comments understood only by me. Reporter 2. That makes complete sense to me. The President. In the basement, the day begins in darkness. First comes breakfast and a nap, but then we have lunch and dinner. Then there is TV and a nap again. Reporter 3. A nap? The basement? The President. Yes, there will be naps in the basement. She is the speaker. The speaker smiled and faced the camera. Thank you, sir, for bestowing upon me the honor of being your voice. Despite the damage and loss of the Great Surprise, the President sees that our nation's underpinnings are solid, like a well-constructed basement. He says that we have suffered years of darkness, but the country is recovering under the current administration. The recovery will pause briefly from time to time due to the lingering effects of the Great Surprise, but our recovery plan will restore the nation. We will next have a period of celebration and joy, with a brief pause when he considers if he will serve another term as president. Reporter 2. Of course, that totally makes sense to me. The President. Now I wish to return to the basement for TV and a nap. He turned to the Speaker of the United Congress. You are the Speaker. The Speaker nodded and faced the camera. Thank you again, sir. The President will be returning now to his private quarters at the White House. He will study video briefings provided by his staff and then rest, so that he can carry out a full day of dedicated service tomorrow. The CCCP TV engineers provided a brief transition with canned patriotic music from the Marine Corps Band and quick video images of national monuments, military jet formations, and the American flag. The temporary press briefing location was kept secret to avoid both viral contamination and the risks posed by overly enthusiastic, celebratory protesters. Due to the pandemic, the occupancy limit for the basement meeting room of the Grand Fenwick Motel was 16. As a result, the only people present in the room were the President, First Lady, the Speaker, Secret Service, and the tiny press contingent. The Vice President was in a precautionary quarantine at an undisclosed location. The public was not too encouraged by this press conference. A CCCP TV poll showed dropping public confidence in the government. The PSFC kept the poll results quiet. This has been The Great New Deal, a not-quite-fictional preview of future history, written by Mark Tradisum, narrated by David DeBerg. Copyright 2021 and 2020 by Mark C. Tradisum. Production copyright by Mark C. Tradisum.